This lady went to eat shaved ice in Singapore, and then she realized there was something like hard little bits inside the shaved ice, and she initially thought they were ice cubes, okay? So she swallowed a bit first before she bite into a second hard piece, and then upon checking it, she realized that is not an ice cube, that is not a hardened ice, that is actually plastic pieces. So she was really alarmed, and this happened on June 11 around 8 PM at this very famous chain of shaved ice store. There's a video here, almost 9 minutes long. We're not going to show you the whole video, we're just going to show you bits and pieces of the parts where they found the ice pieces. So she was alarmed, so she rectified the staff and told the staff to take out the rest of the Durian shaved ice, and they actually sieved through the whole bucket of Durian shaved ice, and they found a total of like, you can see here, she initially was on the call with SFA, Singapore Food Agency, and then she initially reported 8 pieces. By the time they finally sieving through all the remaining pieces of the durian puree, there was like, I think in this plate I could see 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, I think over 20 pieces, as you can see, small and big pieces, right? So she was really alarmed, and then the staff couldn't contact the person in charge. So after that, they managed to contact the person in charge, and the person in charge came out saying that they are taking this matter very seriously and are investigating, and the persons, actually 2 of them, have asked for compensation of $8,000 each. So there will be a total compensation of 16,000 Singapore dollars, which the person in charge of the the person in charge of the dessert chain claims that is a bit unacceptable because they feel the demands are a bit high, and also the tone might not be so welcoming, and also the 2 persons who claim to have eaten the plastic bits and pieces did not show any, like medical reports why they need such a high compensation fee. And then when the reporters went to ask the people that, Miss Lin basically who ate the durian puree shaved ice with the plastic bits, she said that the person in charge offered, to resolve this and ask like what kind of compensation you want, so they came up with a figure but was rejected. So I do not know what's going to happen next. And the comments in the video, I don't know, man. The comments in the video are really mean and a mixed bunch. But first of all, having plastic bits in your durian puree is definitely wrong, okay? I think the main question should be, how did the plastic bits and pieces ended up there first? Because according to the person in charge, this was a one-off case that only 1 container of durian puree was like contaminated with these plastic bits and pieces. So, but how did it happen? How can we prevent it from happening is more important than in the comments. They are more critical of the tone that's being used in a video, which is, let's just focus on the main point here. Let's be kind and nice to each other. In June 2025, 2 Japanese elementary school teachers, Moriyama and Kosemura, were arrested for taking and sharing voyeuristic photos of girls under 13. The teachers allegedly took these photos in September 2024 and January 2025, and also sharing them in a private group chat with nearly 10 other educators, primarily from elementary and junior high schools, and Moriyama was also the group's administrator. Approximately 70 files, including upskirt photos, videos of girls changing, and deepfake images created by using students' headshots were being circulated, and there were even comments in the chat itself saying stuff like, "That's nice, good job." Moriyama also had capacity in the school involving school photography, obviously a role that he exploited on. And to think this case only surfaced after a separate teacher was arrested in March 2025 for vandalizing a 15-year-old girl's backpack with bodily fluids. A forensic review of his phone revealed the chat group, which finally led to Moriyama and Kosemura. Japan has expressed outrage, calling the acts intolerable. Nagoya's mayor have labelled them unthinkable, and the school has held a meeting with over 270 parents, suspended physical education classes, and offered counselling for distressed students. Both teachers have admitted to the allegations, and police investigations are underway. This case has heightened concerns about child safety, as these are educators in elementary schools abusing their role and exploited their positions to take voyeuristic photos of their young victims. This has prompted Japan to plan a national background check system for educators now. It also highlights the ongoing issues of inappropriate portrayal of minors in Japan. Take care, stay safe everyone. He asked his passengers, "Do you want to see motorcycle fly?" The victim's boyfriend, who was actually in his car, pleaded with him not to. This is Jared T. Lee Kiet, 30 years old, a National University of Singapore student, also part-time chef and social media influencer. On February 23, 2024, T engaged in grounding, also known as aimless driving, with a group which included two 16-year-old girls, the victim Miss Lim and her 16-year-old boyfriend. That night, T drove a rented Mercedes-Benz, while Miss Lim was a pillion driver with Mr. Tan riding the motorcycle. Miss Lim's boyfriend was seated in T's rented Mercedes-Benz at that point of time. Mr. T in his rented Mercedes-Benz and Mr. Tan on his motorcycle were on their way to meet up with Mr. Low. And on the expressway, T and Mr. Tan started racing on the expressway, with T's car reaching to speeds up to 160 km per hour. T played blocking and braking games and asked his passengers, "Do you want to see motorcycle fly?" When Mr. Tan's motorcycle was about to overtake T's car, he swerved to block the motorcycle, causing his car to swipe the motorcycle, causing Miss Lim, who was the pillion rider, and Mr. Tan to be flung 5 to 8 meters, which led to Miss Lim suffering from brain injuries, which she finally succumbed to in the hospital. And before police arrived, T claimed that Mr. Tan was tailgating and high-beaming him, and Miss Lim provoked him by showing her middle finger. After release on bail, T told a friend, Mr. Low, that Miss Lim deserved the accident for pissing him off, showing no initial remorse. He has now been sentenced to 5 years and 8 months jail after pleading guilty to dangerous driving causing death. He is also banned for 10 years from driving. The prosecution argued that T's driving is extremely dangerous and among the worst examples of dangerous driving, and T's culpability was deemed on the extreme end of high, while the defense claimed that T was a mischievous, impressionable and sorely misguided young man who was genuinely remorseful, even claiming that T's macho statements were allegedly a facade to mask fear and avoid appearing weak to friends. Our thoughts and condolences to Miss Lim, her family and her loved ones.